Hi, welcome to Lifestyle. We're here today with our guests from the City of Covington. We have Covington Councilman Mr. Larry Rowling, and we have City of Covington Event Coordinator Amy Tucker. Thank y'all both for being here.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
So we're going to talk about Mardi Gras in Covington, and we want to focus today on the Lions Club Parade, basically, and mostly, and the event that's going to follow the Lions Club Parade through Covington on Mardi Gras Day. So let's talk first about the Lions Club in Covington and sort of who they are and what they do. Larry?
Right. Thank you for letting us come on today. We appreciate it very much.
You're welcome.
The Covington Lions Club Parade has been in existence since the 1950s. So, I mean, the streets of Covington has always seen the Lions Club Parade on Mardi Gras Day, and it's very exciting for the community. What we've tried to do the last 2 years is the City of Covington has partnered with the Lions Club organization to go ahead and up the ante, per se. You know,
Right.
we try to get some more entertainment into the parade, individual riders, business community being involved,
Right.
to make the parade a true destination for Mardi Gras for the North Shore.
Okay.
We know Metairie and we know New Orleans have the crowds. We know that.
Right.
But we know sometimes the residents on the North Shore from Washington Parish, St. Tammany, Tangipahoa, you know, they want to do something on Mardi Gras Day.
Yeah.
We try to make an event that they feel comfortable with, that it's safe, and that you can go ahead and enjoy Mardi Gras and a taste of Mardi Gras right there in your backyard.
And you
So
don't have
that's
that
what
far
we
to
try
drive,
do.
and
Right,
you don't
exactly.
have to worry about too many parking problems and big crowds. You still have a lot of crowds.
Correct.
But it's not going to be like 30 and 40 deep.
That is correct.
In the city.
So we really looking forward to this year. I think last year was our first year that the mayor put together a committee. I chair that committee, and Amy's also with the city on that committee. And we have some business owners on a committee to find ways to improve the parade. That way our residents enjoy it more. So last year it was very successful. This year, what we're trying to do is get the business community involved. We have traditional Mardi Gras floats that are already decorated that you can pay for your employees to ride on it. Also, you can throw merchandise that would have your logo for your business on it. Or you could also, as an individual, ride in a parade with your family or friends, and again, be part of this organization. You have insurance on the float. The only thing you have to do is just bring your throws.
So, for example, if you're a small business owner and you wanted to go ahead and say, look, we're going to have our whole office ride in the parade, our whole business, say you have 30 employees or whatever. So give me an idea of how someone, number one, would go about contacting you for that, and then what is the next step? So, and what is the investment that they'd have to put into it?
Right, we have some sponsorships. The first sponsorship is our gold sponsorship, and it's a float that holds 20 riders.
Okay.
It's $2,500, so you can pretty much do the math on that. It gives you the opportunity, again, to ride on a float, pre-decorated already, traditional Mardi Gras float.
So you just show up and get on.
That's
with your,
it. And you
with
bring
your
your throws. That's what's so easy about this. Also, we have a purple riding sponsor, which is a half a float, so it's 10 people at $1,400.
So say 2 families could do it.
Or friends, exactly. And then also we have a green sponsor, riding sponsor, which is $150 an individual.
Oh, that's
so
pretty
again,
good.
you and your friend or family, co-workers, if the business doesn't want to get involved. The good thing about the business floats that I really like is that you can throw items like cups or koozies, things like that, beads, that have your company logo on it. What a great advertisement.
So yeah, it's advertisement for you as well.
So you show that community atmosphere. And again, we want you involved as a business owner too, just as individuals.
Right. Now, what about other groups that are in typical parades for Mardi Gras, like marching bands and things like that? Are there openings for those organizations and dance teams and things?
Right now, we're definitely looking for that. So if anybody out there is would be involved in a dancing group, riding club, we do have a horse riding club this year. That's going to be in. We're looking for more.
Marching bands, if you have a small band that you'd like to, you know, from your church group or something.
Right.
Absolutely. And there's no charge for these small groups that can.
Okay,
That's
so like
the good thing about it.
if you have like a little jazz ensemble or something.
Yeah.
Or
Absolutely.
you know,
one of the
sometimes
groups
they
that
have
we have this year is a bicycle group. So they're going to have
That's
all type of
interesting.
bicycles, and their bicycles will be decorated, and they throw beads, etc. That's the kind of atmosphere we're looking for.
Yeah,
so I think that's a great opportunity.
a little bit for people, because you described what, the process. It's like you come, the float's already decorated, you bring your throws, you bring your people, you get on your ride. So what would their experience, say, be like as compared to, and just not even as compared to anything, but what would their experience be like riding in the parade? And about how long does it last? It rides on Mardi Gras Day. We should definitely say that.
Sure. It starts at 10 o'clock, and
Okay.
we estimate it to be over around probably 1 o'clock. And you ask, what their experience would be just a safe environment. I've ridden Mardi Gras Day in New Orleans. I'm sure you have too. There's nothing wrong with it. But it's a crazy crowd.
Yeah.
This is going to be more of a hometown crowd.
Yeah.
Your children could ride and you'd feel safe.
Gotcha.
And I think that's our whole vision in Covington, is not to we're not trying to take away from New Orleans, because we're not New Orleans. We realize that. But we do want to have our children grow up with the Mardi Gras, and not have to go across the lake to do it.
And this is a long-standing tradition, this parade.
Absolutely.
In
And the
Covington.
Lions Club has done a phenomenal job. But the city has just, we've just kind of partnered with this to help it grow.
And what exactly is the Lions Club? Can you talk a little bit about that?
Go ahead.
As far as I know, and again, the city of Covington is not a member of the Lions Club per se, but the Lions Club, I know they do a lot of community events to help the community. They are a nonprofit, so any donations, say like the float and so forth, would be paid to the Lions Club, not the city of Covington.
So it goes directly to that nonprofit, and for the work that they do in the community after the cost of the parade are covered.
That's exactly right. But I know anyone that's ever ridden in the Mardi Gras parade, these prices are like so reasonable. It's like all of a sudden, I'm sure there's people out there looking right now, they're probably saying, oh my God, I can do this for $150.
Right.
Mardi Gras Day, and then enjoy. It's not really a long day, but it's long enough to really get a taste of Mardi Gras.
You have the
and then you have the trailhead event. I know Amy's going to talk about that in a little bit. We're trying to make the party atmosphere after the parade something you can enjoy for a couple of more hours, with food and so forth. And again, what we're trying to do is, again, Amy said it perfectly, we're not trying to take anything away from Metairie and New Orleans. That is the heart of Mardi Gras. But this is just an alternative destination for Mardi Gras to enjoy. So again, our job with the city of Covington is to really partner with the Covington Lions Club to really help them make this happen.
Kind of draw the community in.
That is
so
exactly
let's
right.
talk about the parade itself for this year. Who is your Grand Marshal? Can you talk about that, gentlemen, a little bit?
His name is Tristan Deku. I don't want to mess his name up.
Okay.
But,
and tell us about
He's very well known. Well, he grew up in Covington. His family still lives in Covington, grandmother and mother, and he grew up in the rec park in Covington area, played ball in Covington. But his claim to fame is that he did graduate from Lakeshore High, and he was is now playing for Houston Texans.
Okay, so he's an
He's
NFL,
an NFL
football player.
star. That's
He's
right.
a hometown hero, is the way we feel about it.
Yeah.
And we're really excited to have him back. I think
So
it's
that's an
gonna be great.
opportunity for people to come out and see him, and then
Absolutely.
be a part of that experience as well. So if someone were to sign up to want to ride in the parade, what's the deadline?
Well, right now, our deadline is not really a true deadline, I could say. We would like to know by the end of January who's participating so we can get the packets to them, et cetera, et cetera.
Yes.
But if anybody calls Amy or myself,
We don't want to leave them out.
We're not going to leave anybody out.
We
Let's
don't
put it
want to
this
leave
way.
you
So if
out,
somebody sees this a week before Mardi Gras, 3 days before Mardi Gras,
It's the
we'll
phone
make
call
it
anyway.
happen if we can.
Absolutely.
So again, we don't want to truly put a deadline, but we would love to know by January 31st. But again, we would definitely take care of them before. One thing I wanted to mention, so you were talking about our Grand Marshal, is last year we had the New Orleans Saints superfans riding
and you were
on a
talking
float.
about they're coming
and
this
I
year
don't want
too,
to forget
right?
about them. They are coming back this year. The crowd loved them. They dressed up in their costumes, throwing black and gold cups, etc. It's just a fun time. They're going to be back again this year. We're really excited about that. So again, I know with our Grand Marshal this year, it's a lot about football too.
That's right.
You know,
And we've had a great football season.
We've had a
Exactly.
great
So
yes.
it'll be a nice way to carry that over. So talk about too, what if for tourists, we want to talk about how this is a good experience for tourists also, and what would you like to say maybe to someone who has a relative that's coming in and maybe thinking about, you know, where they're going to spend Mardi Gras Day, what would you say to entice them to downtown Covington for
Get
that day?
involved. I mean, you truly have an opportunity for not a lot of money to really do exactly what the big guys are doing on the South Shore in New Orleans. I mean, they're riding the floats just like you're going to be riding the floats in downtown Covington.
Right.
So again, it's really minimal. So if you really want to treat someone in your family to ride, take advantage of this. I mean, it's a great price to ride. So that's what we're looking for. And you know, next year, I'm glad you mentioned that, because one thing we're going to concentrate in 2019, I can't believe we've been talking about the years like this. I mean, it's 2018, 2019, and it's coming so quickly. This year's Mardi Gras is kind of closing in very quickly.
It really is, yeah.
And we'd love to have like 6 to 7 to 8 weeks to deal with this, but now it's just really squeezing in. But next year, one of our things that we're going to concentrate on is getting like the Tourist Commission locally in St. Tammany Parish, trying to package, you know, maybe they riding in the parade and they can stay at our hotels and they can package being a part of the carnival season in Covington. So again, this is a work in progress, you know, and I'm hoping we'll be here next year talking about it again, and we'll have more good things to talk to you about.
Now, where's the best place online for someone to kind of see what we're talking about right now?
We have a Facebook page, Carnival in Covington.
Okay.
That's the best place. We have all these, you know, all these packages are right there. You can see it. Also, you can go to City of Covington.
Okay.
And we have a Facebook page that has quite a bunch of information on it.
And the contact information.
covla.com, just to make sure.
All right.
Yes.
Yeah.
So let's talk about, okay, so the parade rolls 2 times through downtown Covington, through the city of Covington.
Traditional parade route, Crew of Olympia runs that route.
Right.
Okay.
And it's a nice long route. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a nice route. People in Covington are familiar with it.
Right.
But that'll be online also. I think the
Okay.
graphics will be shown during the show today.
So then once the parade route goes through and everybody's done, we're going to talk about the event now, the after party, which is at the Covington Trailhead, correct?
Correct.
So can you elaborate a little bit on that? Kind of what can someone expect when they go
Sure,
to that?
we're gonna have music and food and just a lot of good times. It's gonna start roughly around 11 o'clock.
Okay.
After the parade gets going and people are done in downtown Covington, they can mosey on over to the trailhead,
right,
and enjoy the music. We're gonna have a DJ and possibly a band.
Good.
We're going to have several food vendors, and it's going to be a good time. We don't want the party just to end. We want to keep going. It's going to wrap up probably around 3 o'clock, but you know, it's a nice day, you know.
And so it's just a way to just kind of unwind, mingle,
bring the
socialize.
kids.
And it's a family, the whole day is
Exactly.
family friendly in Covington.
Right.
Absolutely.
So that's important to stress.
One thing at the trailhead too that's going to happen is the Lions Club will give out awards for the best decorated float, dance team, marching group, walking group. So again, if you're out there wanting to be involved, I mean, we want you to be involved.
Right.
If you have a small, large marching group, we really don't care. It'd be great to have you.
Right.
So anything, if you feel like you want to participate, it is a good opportunity too. Some groups are just starting, you know, they might have their own group start. This is a great opportunity to increase your membership, because if they see you on the parade route, they might be interested in joining your group too.
Right.
So this is a great opportunity to advertise your group too.
And a lot of people, it's not just people who live in Covington who attend this parade. There's a lot of people on the North Shore that come from the north, the south, the west, the east, and surrounding communities and participate in this parade also.
Right.
So,
I think the key is just getting the word out like yourself. We again appreciate you really taking the time out and talking to us. But I think that's the way the community is educated, and they know they have an alternative. And that's what we're trying to provide, an alternative on the North Shore, a destination on the North Shore for Mardi Gras Day.
And it is a safe environment and a reasonable price. So when you say you may have a band, you're definitely going to have music. So if you want to dance, that's fine.
Yeah, of course.
And
Trailhead is it's a great place to have a party like
it's a good place to culminate around there, because it's a really, there's a lot of places to sit. You can sit in the little...
And the parade ends only like a block away at the Justice Center. So
and everything is pretty much in walking distance there.
Of course.
So, and parking and everything like that. So let's talk about, in years past, what are some of your favorite highlights from years past, Mardi Gras days in Covington?
Well, Mardi Gras days in Covington, I remember Mardi Gras days being a very, very short parade. You know, I don't know if that's a highlight, but it's just the honest truth.
Yeah.
But so it's really since last year, I think it was the longest duration of the parade. I mean, I think if you were on a street watching the parade from the beginning to the end, I mean, you were like, as a spectator, you were there for like an hour and say 15, 20 minutes, when before it might have been over in like 25 minutes, okay? So, and that was based on we got more people to participate, like floats and groups, etc. And again, this year we're doing the same thing. We're just trying to get more involvement. That way we just have more participants, that the public can enjoy too.
Yeah. So so I think it is also a good way to maybe start a new tradition for your family, especially young families.
Right.
So it's a good opportunity for them to create those memories, because I'm sure that a lot of people who've grown up in Covington have seen the parade and have fond memories of it as well. Smaller, and you want it to grow, but you don't want it to be so big. So it's just kind of this gradual evolution into a bigger
thing that we're going to
experience.
concentrate next year too. One thing we spoke about is the Tourist Commission kind of helping us out and getting involved. I think that's going to be excellent. But also we want to concentrate on having a costume contest. It was something that we didn't have time this year to kind of really organize.
That sounds
but
fun.
through the radio stations, etc.,
Right.
to really talk about. But I think next year that's kind of on our list to really kind of see if it can happen.
Yeah.
And I think it can. Getting people to dress up a little bit, it just makes things more festive. So
but the main thing right now is that we want people to remember is that for a pretty reasonable price, you can start. It's sort of like a ready-made parade package. You just kind of kind of move in ready, as the realtors say. So you just kind of walk up on that float and put it out. So tell me the sponsorship packages again, just so we can kind of remind people.
Yes. And again, I'm hoping that you might have the graphic on the TV as we speak. If you are interested as a business or a group to ride a traditional Mardi Gras float, again, it includes insurance. You just show up with your throws on the float. You don't have to decorate it. It's all decorated for you. It holds 20 riders.
Okay.
It's $2,500. The purple riding sponsor is a half a float, which is 10 riders at $1,400. Or you can go ahead and do a green sponsorship, which is an individual sponsorship at $150 again, and you just go on a float. Again, it's already decorated with insurance, and invite your family, invite your friends, co-workers, things like that. So,
And bands and marching groups, just call and ask to participate.
That is
There's
correct.
no charge. Just
That is
come on in.
correct,
And we
yes.
want to remind businesses that you can throw items with your logo and your phone number and your business address on them. So that is a great way to
Perfect
advertise.
advertisement.
Yeah, absolutely. And then you're also helping to grow the tradition of the Lions Club Parade in Covington. And so what else? Is there anything else you want to say about the actual event afterwards, the after party?
I'm just sitting here thinking out loud how we're in such a good place to be in Covington right now, because we're in such a movement, and we're just, we're growing, but we're growing in the right direction. I don't think that we're growing too fast. I think that we're growing at a right speed, and this Mardi Gras is just is proof of it. I think that we may almost double our amount of people that are participating this time. I mean, it's going to be a strong day, a strong Mardi Gras day.
And one thing about the business community in Covington, especially on the route, because it goes down Boston Street, there's a lot of restaurants that are there.
Absolutely. I was going to say, and shopping. Shoppers going to be there. Absolutely.
And we want the business community to open up for these people that are going to come visit, because the
so much
the
to
city
offer.
looks good.
Yeah.
The city looks wonderful. The sidewalks were redone a few years ago. The streets were redone. The Southern Hotel is open for business. It looks beautiful out there. I mean, this is going all through Boston Street. It's just a great time to be in. I think Amy's right.
Proud to be, in Covington right now. I really am.
Throughout the whole year, we're very proud of that.
And it's
as
sort of a good,
Covington.
they fold into one another.
Exactly.
The parade folds right into the event, which spills out into the streets, and
Right.
Then you get to take in the sights of Covington, and it's very historic, the city of Covington.
Very.
If people who haven't visited there, who maybe aren't from around the St. Tammany area, but it has a lot of beauty, architectural beauty, and it's laid out very nicely and organized. It's really a beautiful beautiful.
And it's funny. One
town.
thing I was thinking about last year, because I rode in a parade as a spectator, just watching the crowd, seeing what the crowd was kind of saying, what their thoughts were. And after the parade, because it was important to me as chairing this, is to know what the feedback was from the public.
Right.
And we got so much great feedback from years past. And we even had people from Metairie in downtown Covington to see this parade because they knew the environment was different.
Yeah.
They knew it was
Right.
a safe environment.
Yeah.
They knew it wasn't 20 deep. They knew it wasn't
Yes.
10 deep. Maybe it was 5 or 6 deep, but
Yeah.
still.
And most people know one another.
And there's so
Yeah.
many people just on their lawn chairs, just kind of
Yes.
relaxing. It wasn't high stress. Nobody felt like they had to grab beads from somebody else, that type of thing.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of beads out there, and you don't have to worry about that. But it's interesting how people really are trying to find a way to experience Mardi Gras, and I think this offers them an alternative to
Absolutely.
be part of a great environment. And I
Yes.
think that's really
Because you have the
key.
same celebration and the same tradition, the same kind of pomp and circumstance, but it's just on a little smaller scale. It's a little more quiet and relaxing, really.
Right.
So
We're excited about it. We really are. And the committee works very hard to do this and put this together for the Lions Club, but also the city of Covington, because we love the city of Covington.
well, we encourage anyone watching to get involved. Call Larry, call Amy if you want to get involved, and visit the Facebook page. Say the Facebook page again, please.
Carnival in Covington.
Carnival in Covington, and you can find out all the information you need. Is there anything else y'all want to say
And the
before we wrap
website
up?
again, the covla.com.
Okay,
There's a good
COV
source
Covla.
also. We want you to participate out there. Thank you so much for letting
you're
us
welcome.
talk about this.
Absolutely.
And it's
Mardi Gras is
again, it's
fun.
narrowing very quickly. So if you do see this last minute, please give us a call.
Call
We'll fit
anyway.
you in.
Right.
We'll
Don't
fit
think
you in.
it's
Don't
too
think
late.
it's too late. That's exactly
Okay.
right. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Thank you
Larry.
for having us.
Amy,
Thank you.
so much. Thank you all for watching. We'll see you next time.